Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Morrowind. This time we're not going to waste any time, we're going to jump right back into the Imperial Cult quest under Sinolian Tunifus here. So we can check our advancement and we are now an initiate. And now let's look at our next thing. So we need one skill at 30, we still have Speechcraft which is 33, and we still have Restoration which is in at 30s. So probably next, after we get this next level, we probably will need to actually train our skills before we can rank up. But that is a deal for another time. Our Speechcraft skill is pretty high, so we're going to get this next quest. You've shown yourself to be a loyal and diligent member of the Imperial Cult, funky student. As a token of our appreciation, here's a little gift that may make your labels a little easier. So he just gave us an amulet, it's Maran amulet. We're going to equip that immediately because it is a thing that fortifies all of our Speechcraft, Restoration, Mysticism, and Conjuration skills when we use it for 30 seconds. So let's equip that. We don't have anything better. So now, bring me 5 units of Willow Anther for cure paralyzation. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I steal Willow Anther from the flowers growing around the house of Gro Bagrat. His house is on the mainland just north of the Foreign Quarter. A cleric stealing from criminals to aid the needy. Perhaps I've been hanging around Zenithar worshippers too long. Ha ha ha. So he's a trader god, the patron of work and commerce, is a deity of wealth, labor, commerce, so yeah. Earnest work and honest profit, not through war and bloodshed. So let's find out about this Gro Bagrat. He's a netch rancher, horticulturist, and smuggler. So he's apparently well known as a smuggler, but he's still not been arrested. North of the bridge from the Vivet Court, Foreign Court of the mainland. Everyone knows he smuggles skooma, but he's got friends in the Legion and kimono tongue protection, so no one will touch him. Well, I just explained it. Perhaps it is wrong, but I steal Willow Anther from the willow flowers he grows outside his manor. He's a dangerous criminal. Under no circumstances enter his home. Do not try to speak to him. So, I will probably show that off, what will happen when you go into his house. It can be very interesting. So let's go. Let's go see this gentleman about some Willow Anther.
Stay out of trouble.
I'm ready for
none
anything.
from me.
Go ahead.
Well,
Yeah, so these quests can be a little bit dangerous, but like you don't actually need to deal with this guy. He can be a bit of a handful if you really try to, if you make it so, if you search him out. He's really difficult to get to. I believe he's behind a bunch of locked doors. I may not even be able to get to him at this stage. I'm not certain. But he's really nearby. Most of this quests that I do either are for this guy, either are in the general vicinity of this region right here, or they're easily accessible by Silt Strider like Nisus was. So, like I said, Imperial Cult early missions, very low risk, not no danger
talk is free. What
to
do you
speak
want?
of. And they give you, books, and they give you little things that are worth gold, and you can advance and get better, easily heal yourself at those shrines. It's just, it's good to do. A temple has similar benefits to the Imperial Cult, but they are more, I'm gonna go ahead and just take the boat there. They are more difficult quests, like I mentioned earlier. So anyway, let's go talk to our buddy here, the boatman. I bribed him a long time ago, so he should be on board, Riddle Master.
Where can I
Vosi Kalan, my best friend. Vic Foreign Quarter. Let's do this.
Yeah, just see the sights.
Okay. So he said it was north of the Foreign Quarter, and that's basically correct. It's just straight up this road, I believe. And I think we actually will come back to this manor one more time on the course of these quests. So, it's a beautiful day in Morrowind. Not much really to say at the moment. Working for this guy Sinolian Tunifus is cool. Seems like a real nice guy. Gave us a Mara's amulet. Gave us, a bunch of potions. Trying to really ease us into alchemy. And alchemy, as I mentioned, alchemy towards the end of the game, if you play your cards right, is really, really good. So I don't know who this person is, so I'm naturally think this is the guy's house. Yeah. So we want to steal the Willow Anther. I don't remember how much we need. We need 5 units. So let's get those 5 units, and then I will save before going in that house, and I will mess with him. It's a lot of fun. And if I can, you know, find the Willow Anther. I only found one part. One pot. Okay, this is all Willow. Cool. Great. Let's get all of that. I love that this cleric steals it from these potted plants outside this guy's house. It's so dangerous. Alright, we're gonna save, and we are gonna head in and mess with this guy. And I'm pretty sure that he's behind like level 70 locks, which there's no way we can break into until we get our funky key. So let's say hello to these guys. Dregs, yeah, 65. He's a warrior. So these guys, we basically have to kill these guys if we wanted to get in there. So we're not gonna bother. Down there is a bunch of like drug stuff, and it can be pretty funny. He he is in fact a serious skooma dealer.
I'm waiting.
The guy was not kidding. So anyway, I will meet you back at Senolian Tunifus, whether by warping there or not, and I will see you in a minute. Okay, we're back, and a couple things. First of all, don't warp from Garret Grobagrat's house, or whatever the guy's name was, because he will end up in Pelagiad and we'll have to walk all the way back. I just did that. That was fun. Second, one thing I forgot to mention is that you don't actually have, like, unlike the other quests, that one doesn't really matter where you get the ingredients, so you could just buy it from like an alchemist or something. I did that just because I'm gonna show exactly what this guy is telling me to do, but you can get creative with these quests. So we have it. Brought 5 units of Willow Anther. We got this cure paralyzation potion. That'll be somewhat useful. And he gave us another book. All the books that they give you are generally either like recipe books or skill books. So that's probably a good skill book. And we will now do the next quest from this guy. 5 units of Scrib jelly for cure poison and cure blight potions. Closest reliable source of Scribs is a Shulk egg mine southwest of Balmora on the west bank of the Ueda near Swinging Bridge. The Kwama worker is not aggressive, but the Kwama warrior and Kwama forger are another matter. Be careful with them. I'll choose you to detect creature spell to help your hunt Scribs. So he just gave us a spell. He gave us this detect creature. That's good. Now, he kind of hinted at it, but Kwamas can be dangerous. The forgers are easy. Like, we can kill those things easy. But the warriors will probably kill us at our current level. So avoid them. Just simple as that. Don't fight them. So now this egg mine is southwest of Balmora. So I am going to look up exactly where that is, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and this is going to be a kind of tricky thing to find, but it is the first, like, it's not going to be too bad. There's a path that leads right to it, so let's head there. And this is going to be the first quest in Morrowind where, you know, we have to really, like, look for something hard. Usually we don't need to really do that so much. Like, a lot of the quests, like, are in cities and involve, like, speechcraft and disposition. This one is going to be a little bit trickier. We have to locate a specific dungeon type area and go into it and clear it out. Again, like, as I mentioned before, you can get Scrib jelly any way you want. I don't have any right now, but as you remember, I got some when I killed those Scribs. Those are those small little ant creatures that paralyze you. They're really easy to kill. So, you know, you could just find those by chance and just get this quest and keep this quest in the back of your mind and go about your business and kill them, you know, as you find them. You could just do whatever. You don't actually have to go find this egg mine. Like there's this has no benefit to it really. So I'm just gonna walk there, and I'll show you how to get there. It's a bit of a walk. It's near Balmora. It's like around here. So we are gonna do that. And he also, and so anyway, like I was saying, you know, you don't have to go to exactly where you're saying, and this might be a time where it would probably save you time and effort to actually just buy the ingredients, or like just put this quest off for a later time and do one of the other 2 quests, and then maybe like over the course of those quests, or even the main quest or some other quest you're doing, you'll find these scribs and get the jelly, and just, you know, don't sell it. Also, funnily enough, here is Willow. We could have just gotten it here as opposed to walking all the way to that guy's plantation. I did it anyway, just as I'm about to walk to this egg mine, but you don't have to. Anyway. And that's part of why I like the Imperial Cult quest, is because, you know, you don't have to do exactly what they say. You can be kind of, yeah, he tells you where you can get the ingredients, and basically every time he tells you one of those things, you certainly can find enough ingredients. But if not, you can find them other ways. You don't have to do exactly what they say. And you don't have to stymie yourself looking for some hard-to-find egg mine. So, a bit about egg mines. Egg mines are kind of like, they're weird. They're like giant ant hills, and they use the eggs from these things called kwamas, that I've, you know, talked to you about a bit, they use them as food. So they're like little farms almost that are like ant hills. It's like a combination of a mine, an ant hill, and a farm. So, you know, you'll see like dudes in these egg mines who are there to mine eggs, and it's super weird. I don't know who came up with it, but I think it's really brilliant. So up ahead you will see a scrib. So these are what we're looking for. We're looking for these things right here. They're called scribs, and they're basically like larval kwama. Just kill them and take their jelly, and they'll, you know, I've fought them before, so you know what to expect. They're not hard to kill, especially with our new cool thing, and we get our first thing, scrib jelly. Now, a word of caution. This guy here is a bandit, but he won't attack you. He's pretty strong. Like, he's
relieve you of the burden of your coin.
Listen to what he says. So I can right now I'm probably strong enough to fight him, and so I'm not actually gonna fight him. I'm gonna just pay him because it's actually beneficial to do. But if you were to walk from Sedanin to Balmora when you first get here, this guy will probably kill you. You might not have enough money to pay him, and you probably won't be able to fight him. And, you know, in games like this, my natural inclination to, when I find a person who is essentially going to rob me, is to always not pay them, is to always kill them. This guy's actually beneficial to pay because he's a trainer, so he'll actually go over to Pelagiad and be a trainer there. So I'm going to talk to him. How are you, Nels Llendo? I see you've heard of me. I'm not surprised. This guy's a very interesting, kind of smooth-talking bandit. This is a reasonable land, hardly the cutthroat some would make me out to be. I offer you a fair and healthy proposition. Very simple proposition, actually. You will give me 50 septims, and I, in return, you will be allowed to continue safely on your journey. Nels Llendo gives you his word as a gentleman that once our transaction has taken place, you have nothing to fear from me. In fact, I can be a very good friend to have. What say you? We'll do it. An excellent choice, my friend. As I said, Nels Llendo can be a very good friend to have. If you are ever in Pelagiad, I can usually be found at Halfway Tavern. Do stop by and visit. I'm certain I can be of some service to you. So he will appear there, and, you know, that's and then he'll offer you training. And we already got his disposition up pretty high by giving him just 50 gold. As a woman, you can kiss him and not pay him anything, and he'll do the same thing. So that was a little quest there. Real stupid basic quest. If you fight him, he's pretty strong and he can kill you. So I just recommend not fighting him and just giving him 50 gold and you're set. So we're gonna continue on our way to Peelagiad. Probably an uneventful trip. Generally, in the wilderness in this game, if you just stay on the path, you won't run into very much business. Oh, that was a journal entry that let me know that he had relocated to Peelagiad. I guess now that once the area reloaded, it happened. So anyway, now he's in Peelagiad. I probably could find him there. And in fact, I think I will. I'll go find him. He's at the halfway tavern here in Peelagiad. And like I mentioned, Peelagiad, the only way to get here is using a divine intervention spell nearby, as I recently discovered, or walking. There's no other way to get here. So it's not a very big city, and it's not really used for that much, so it's not really a key location to speak of. So in general, you're probably okay if you just, walk here when you need to. I want to check this place out because our boy Nels Llendo said he'd be here. So, let's see, there he is.
Go ahead.
All right, I'm listening.
And I can't talk to him because this stupid woman's in the way. What is going on here? Okay, well, he's here. I want to talk to him, but I'm having difficulty. Halfway Tavern in Peelagiad is an interesting place. It's kind of like Errol's Trade House.
I'm listening.
All right, I'm listening.
Would you move, Samia? That's all I want from you. Yeah, the NPCs in this game can be a real pain in the butt. Sometimes they'll block you in the doors. Sometimes they'll be in the way of each other.
Walk with virtue.
From where do you hail, friend?
Like, this woman is just...
Its scent
There we go.
is unfamiliar.
So now he's in Peelagiad, and that's it. He's here. So that was that quest. Now we're going to continue with our main quest that we were doing. We need to continue on to the egg mine. We're probably about halfway there. As I've said, this game is really large, and walking places can take a while. That's why I like to get a specific item that you can find that will radically increase your speed, and it makes these little trips much easier. But unfortunately, that item has a very serious side effect that you need another item to counteract. So I can't get it now. That item, the second item, is behind the big lock. So that's the main reason why I want to get this extravagant ruby amulet enchanted with a spell that can open any lock. And it's the same thing. Like, I would have gone into that guy's shack and fought all those guys if I'd been able to, but I wasn't. So and here's a woman up here. At least I think so. Anyway, no big deal. We want to turn left here. We want to go on the road less traveled. Yeah, there she is. We want to turn left here. And you remember that he said the road was not marked. That's accurate. Get this cork bulb. Yep, so we're almost there. We're approaching the place. Getting more cork bulb. Okay. And there should be a campfire with some guys outside of it. Those structures are always tombs. They never ever ever go into them unless you have an enchanted weapon like this. They are basically like an Adamus Sardis type dungeon, except they have basically almost always undead. And ghosts are particularly dangerous because they you can't hit them without magic. So like if I were to use that iron saber,
Make it quick,
there's
Outlander.
some woman, I'm not gonna bother with her. If I were to have that iron saber that I initially had and went into a tomb, I couldn't even hurt that ghost. So that's one of the benefits of being a magic user or something like that, is you don't have to worry too much about ghosts and stuff like that. But it's real easy to circumvent it with just enchanted weapons like this Sword of White Woe. It's a really strong weapon. Here's an egg mine. Let's look at it. So what was the egg mine we were going to call? It was Shulk. So these are Kwama workers. They are harmless. Okay, this is a Shurden Raple. We don't want to go in there. You might ask why not. I just happen to know that that one has the Blight. And the Blight is bad news. Especially because it basically makes enemies stronger, so we don't want to go in there. Another route to this particular place is to Silt Strider your way to Balmora, and then to walk outside the south gate, and then like down the river here. You could get there. I'll probably walk back that way just to show you. But this way is more straightforward, and it's easier not to get this. It's like, as you can see, there's a path, so it's easier not to get lost. This way has no path, and you can get lost more easy. So I elected to choose a slightly longer route with less chance of getting lost than to fight, and here we are. This is the place. Or than to go across this river. And also here's some more cork bulb. Takes that. And we'll talk to both of these guys. How are ya? So this guy just gave me some Scrib jelly, and the reason he did that was because his disposition with me is above 50. If it was below 50, he wouldn't have given me anything. So thank you, man.
Talk is free. What do you want?
And you can get Scrib jelly from both of them. Oh, well, that guy will give me some anyway. Well, thank you.
What is this about?
So now I have two units of Scrib jelly. I need 3 more, and we're definitely gonna try to avoid Kwama warriors. They're dangerous business. Okay, so now we're in Shulk, and we can also get Kwama eggs from these Kwama egg sacks, but we're not going to bother. I'm also not going to worry about these workers. They're harmless, and I'm not going to fight them because much like the Scribs, they don't hurt you unless you hurt them. Okay. We killed the Scrib. There was no jelly on it, unfortunately. Okay. Here's a forager. These things, I've fought them before. You might remember they're not that hard to kill, especially with this sword. They're just annoying. And anytime you go into an egg mine, you end up fighting lots of them. I don't know why I can't hit it. Jeez. Snuck up on me there. Okay. There's a bunch of workers. Not gonna worry about them. Okay, he also gave us this detect creature spell. We don't have the magic spell, like magic affinity, really in order to use it well, so I'm not gonna bother, but it would be really useful because what'll happen is it'll show all the different enemies on this map, so I can use it to avoid Kwama warriors, which are dangerous business. So this should be a mining camp, so there should really just be people around here. Yeah. We're gonna talk to all these people and see if they'll give us Scrib jelly. I don't think they will, but let's see it. How are you? Now these guys just Basically, they'll tell you a lot about the Kwamas. So there's the queens, there's the workers. They're just like ants. I mean, you know, workers, foragers, warriors. Yeah.
What's your story?
So these guys all
hello.
will just tell us only about Kwamas. Okay, here's a Scrib. And I'm getting real unlucky with the Scrib jelly, but that's the break sometime. Okay, got more. If I see a Kwama warrior, I'm gonna run, because they cast spells and they're actually really dangerous. Okay. So now I have 4, I believe, Scrib jelly. Yeah. So we need 1 more piece of Scrib jelly, and then we're ready to go. Okay, we got 5 pieces of Scrib jelly. Now, unlike most like dungeons you'll find, egg mines usually aren't really worth looting. They mostly just have like Kwama related stuff in them, especially like a vanilla egg mine like this one that has a lot of miners and stuff. So I'm just gonna meet you back at Ebonheart. Normally whenever I'll go into a dungeon, I'll try to clear it of anything worthwhile and show you where that stuff is. But in this case, I don't think that's really accurate. And there isn't really much here. So, and even if there was, it's probably behind warriors. So we're not really strong enough yet to deal with warriors. So not really worth doing. Anyway, I'll meet you back at Ebonheart where I'll turn in the quest, and that's it. I forgot to mention, I was going to show you how to get here from Balmora. So I'll do that now. Basically, all you do is you just keep on this side of this river. This river will flow right next to Balmora. So it's pretty close, actually. It's not very far. And here's a Scrib outside the mine naturally. Right right after I get the Scrib jelly and actually find a bunch of Scribs. It's easier to do this quest when you're low level because Scribs are like level 1. So because I'm level 1, you tend to find a lot of them in the wild. Everything in this game, all the monsters level. NPCs do not. Like, they're always like whatever level you are when you want to fight them, but monsters tend to level. So these are randomly spawning monsters. So, you know, here's a Scrib. Because I'm level 1, it's showing up. Another reason why I suggest doing this quest early. It pretty much tells you where to go if it's a monster that's not you know, random spawn. Like, they'll say, okay, yeah, you can find this enemy here and harvest this from it. But actually, silt striding to Balmora might have been a good idea. I would recommend that and then just walking down here because it's real close. I didn't realize it was this close. Okay. So I'll meet you back at Ebonheart. Okay, we're back. And on the way here, I did a bunch of little things. I took a little pit stop. I went to Creeper and I sold all my little armor here. I also got enough skill point progression towards my first level up. So whenever that happens, I always kind of look to see like what it was that leveled up. So I got like 1 point in heavy armor and 2 points in long blade and a bunch of points in speechcraft and mercantile, and these are the main things that went up. And the way the leveling up system in this game works is it doesn't matter what skill went up, as long as you see this governing attribute. When you level up, you have 3 basically points that you can put into any of these attributes, and the actual skills that level up determine how many points can go in. So I'll show you what I'm talking about here.
Stay out of trouble.
Once I level up in one moment, I'm going to go down to this bed and sleep for 1 hour, and I leveled up. Now you see I have 3 points to put into either intelligence, willpower, 5 to put into strength, 3 to put into speed, 2 to put in endurance, and 4 to put in personality. So the reason for that is that I went out of my way to actually obtain some training in alchemy and then in destruction. Alchemy is an intelligence-based skill and destruction is a willpower-based skill. I wanted to level both of those up because those are my lowest attributes, and willpower is necessary to increase in rank in this Imperial Cult. Now the next thing I could do is personality or strength. I probably or speed or even luck. Agility is what I would probably actually do if I had more than 1 point to put into it, but I want to be able to carry more, so I'm just going to do strength for now, and next time I will again focus on mostly willpower and that. And for my next level up, I hope to get, I do recommend, like when you have a little bit of extra money, to put some points into these two skills, mysticism and alteration, so that these chances will go up. It's just basically logic. You just, the higher that skill is, the better chance you have of these spells succeeding, and they are very helpful, so I just really recommend that. So I got my alchemy skill up to 10, like I said, from a trainer in Balmora, and I got my my destruction up to 10 also, and I did that because my destruction was 5 and I have a few destruction based spells. I'm probably not going to use them ever,
Well
but
met.
whatever. So now we're ready to turn in our last quest. So we got the Scrib jelly. He gives us a cure blight potion and a cure poison potion and another alchemy thing, and our journal has been updated. So I believe we're actually ready for advancement. Yes, we are. So we're now an acolyte. I'm not going to do his next quest. I'm going to save that for next time, but I do want to note exactly what we need now. So we still can get by with only 30 personality and 30 willpower, but we now need a skill at 40 and 2 skills at 12. We have none of these skills at 40 as of right now. Our speechcraft is 35 and our restoration is 30, but what that means is we're not going to be able to advance any further. So you can still do a lot of these quests. I think that the only quests you actually are like unable to do as an acolyte are the oracle quests, which are given by that woman upstairs. And doing those basically just means that once you are able to advance, you can just like chain advance up through the ranks. So I'm going to continue doing this guy's quest and this next guy's quest here anyway, even though I'm probably not going to be able to advance until I hit a wall. So I will see you next time, and we'll do that.